Are you ready?
Yeah, my pillow
Are you
just
sure?
went. Nope.
No? Good
Nope.
evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Ask a Coin Dealer, where you get to ask us some questions and we might have an answer. I don't know. I'm Keith.
I had to
from
fix
Coin
my
Crew.
Fabio hair. Sorry, guys.
I'm Keith from Coin Crew, and this guy here is the other guy.
Mike from Mid America, guys.
So if you guys got questions or comments you want to be highlighted, I'm going to read those comments. Just put 3 question marks in front of it, and it is pinned at the top of the chat so we can more easily see it. Because when I run behind on the chat, I just start skipping all the way to the questions. So I want to welcome everybody here. Let's scroll up to the top and see who's here. Well, hopefully we got some people here. We got Doug Wagner here. John Jacobs is here. Dale M. Littlefoot. How are you doing, Littlefoot? Danny Johnson. Oh, we're just scrolling. Kevin Hawthorne. A bunch of other people. Robert Pintoff. Big Rocky. What's up, Big Rocky? He said he got $1 for him, Chad. Doug
I heard they called him Little Rocky last week.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So it seems that a lot of people thought gold and silver might ease back. It seemed to have held its own a little bit. So that, I guess, is kind of good. Gold is sitting right at this very moment. Kitco Ask is $3,391.70. It's
down
$2.
A little more today.
Down $2.70 on the evening, though. Silver has an ask on Kitco at $38.73, and it's up 5
cents. I think yours was off by a penny.
Well, I'm just going by what I'm seeing on the screen right this moment, right there.
He's got a different Kitco than I got.
Gold to silver ratio is about 87.8 to 1.
Wow, we dropped 2.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker. There's been some chatter about silver confiscation. Thoughts? Have you heard anything about anybody trying to confiscate silver? That'd be kind of hard to do.
Well, you know, if you need to confiscate it, just please give me a call.
Yeah, you send it. He's got a P.O. box or whatever. You send it to him.
I heard about it, guys. You know, that's how rumors get started. Everybody starts getting nervous, and don't do that because right now, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of cons going out there right now. People getting ripped out of their gold and silver. Please don't be one of them people. Looks like we lost Coin Crew, so I'll take it over from here.
No, I had to sneeze. But yeah, hey, here.
Chew.
Go ahead. Take it over.
Anyway, guys, how was your week last week? I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. I apologize, and you had to put up with him all by yourselves. But, you know, I'm back. I was at the A&A for any of you guys that was there. And I was there getting all the new releases.
Robert Pinto said, hey, folks, enjoy the show. If you have any questions, start off with 3 question marks. Thank you, Robert, for the reminder. We appreciate it, my friend. So we got Dr. Silver here also. Well, you know, I don't know if it's a event for or whatever. I keep spending more money. But Friday, we had a Floyd Live on Friday, believe it or not, bro. You know what Friday was?
Friday was the day before the last day of the show.
Okay, we'll go with that. Keith did great last week by himself.
My God.
We did so well last week when you wasn't here that it was one of the top 3 Ask a Coin Dealer.
Well, maybe I need to step out then. What do you guys think?
Well, you and I, when you was here, we had the top 2, both of them. So it was like number 3. So that just goes to show you where I stand by myself. I'm ranked in 1 out of 3.
Well, that's like 1 out of 2 ain't bad, right?
1 out of, oh yeah, it's more like 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Okay.
So
anyway,
no, we was live. Last month we were live on Floyd's birthday, and this month we were live on my birthday. I'm 13, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there was a
5 + 8.
few of you that I seen at the show last week. I mean, it was a really busy show. I was shocked. I wasn't expected to be like it was, being that we already had a show there 2 months before, not even 2 months before that. We had the Tulsa show, but it did really good. Of course, to be fair, the U.S. Mint did get their releases out.
I will say it again, says Nick Man. Happy birthday last Friday, Keith. Thank you. Here
But
you go,
guys,
Mike.
we had some meetings with some folks last week, and we got a very interesting show coming up next year. I mean, how many of you guys ever heard of the Sunshine Mint?
Never heard of them.
Well, guess what? They're going to be in Tulsa next year.
Never heard of them.
I talked with them guys. They're going to get back with me. They said they would love to come and check it out. We're also going to let them do a special round for us, where it's also going to be released at the Tulsa Coin Show next year.
We have a question here from Doug Wagner, Mike. We're going to go ahead and let you answer this. Doug Wagner says, Keith and Mike, it seems like when silver gets around 39, it just stops. Do you have any idea why that is?
Well, yeah, I guess I do, because 39 is just too high, because it seems like when it does hit 39 is when they all start running and dumping.
And that's probably why it stops and sometimes retraces back a little bit. What's happening, in my opinion, is some of the people are getting shook out, so to speak. It's not going to be a straight upward climb. It's going to zig and zag and rock back and forth. Eventually, it'll get up there a little bit, but right now you got a lot of profit takers coming in, whether it be on paper or physical. The physical doesn't affect the price that much, but a lot of profit takers getting shook out. And when they all get out, I think we'll continue in an upward momentum. Just my thoughts.
But yeah, we had the U.S. Mint. Let's go back to the A&A, if you don't mind.
Let's go back to it.
Did release 3 new coins. I have 2 of them with me. I only bought the coins. I did not buy the metals. For you guys that are going to ask if I have the metals to go with these, let me get this over here.
That's the sunflower, 1 ounce gold.
Every one of mine made 70. See the A&A label? There's only going to be 100 coins graded at that show. Not 100 of them is going to have this label, because they released 3 different labels. But I really like the American flag. And then this one here, I don't know if you guys heard about the other one they released, the laser engraved proof eagle. I brought one so I could show you. Now these I will have in our possession by Friday, already graded. All 70s, of course. Let's see if we can get a good picture of it. There it is.
A little bit. And
See,
which trivia is that?
That's the laser engraved. And it's the proof eagle with the laser engraved. Got the really nice, let me see if I can get the back of the coin. There it is. We only have a few raw left, but we do have them up on our site.
So those are pretty hot items. Here's a quick question for you, not to interrupt a little bit, but this Mr. Happy Stacker 69, he says, how can I get my friends into the metals, the gold and silver metals, basically is what he's asking, without letting them know that he or she stacks silver? I'm guessing it's a he, because he says Mr. What would be a good way to let your friends to try to get them into it?
It's a little hard. They're not going to stack if they don't think you're stacking. So that's going to be a a real hard sell. But you know, if you take them to a coin shop, I had a guy bring a friend down from New York. And I mean, this is a bad way to do it, but it worked for my friend. His friend was really wanting to start collect silver. He really just didn't want to give him a silver. He said, I'll buy you a silver round. He reached over to me. He said, Mike, give me one of them trumps out of there. Put it in airtight. I'm going to buy it and give it to my friend. Well, you know, this was, like I said, a bad deal because he handed him his friend his coin. Now, remember, this guy is 100% Biden. So you can imagine what he did when he looked down and seen Trump's face on that coin.
Okay,
He
here
threw
we
the
go.
silver back. He walked back over. He says, I want to buy some silver rounds for you. Please do not give me any of them Trumps.
Hi, Coin Crew. Is the laser privy sold out? Is it in demand? Will it hold its value? Time and distance, thank you for the comment. Mike, let's talk about the laser privy from the U.S. Mint. Did they sell out?
They did.
And how
They
was the
did.
demand for that going at the
Well, let's put it this way.
initial?
They released 900 at the show. Every one of them sold out before the day was up.
So there is a demand for the coins.
One per household, and they sold out of them.
Mr. Happy Stacker, 69, $5 super sticker. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. Your super chats are much appreciated, guys. Not required, but we really do appreciate them. Help keep the channel going. Likes also help the channel as well. So thank you there.
Now, guys, they once again they made these here. Let me see if I can get a better shot there. They made these here. They did 12,000 of these. They only wind up releasing, I think they said 7,000. If you remember last year on the other one, was supposed to be 17,000. They only did 10. They did have production problems. Now, unfortunately, on the silver proof sets, yes, they're going to, because that's just one they have to meet the demand. So they're going to bring them back. They're having problems. The gold, more than likely, that's going to wind up being the Mintage. And just remember, only 100 was released there. And I did not get any of these in my bulk program. What Mid-America did was give everybody cash in line and had them go buy as many as we could get. Some of my people didn't make it in line because the tickets ran out before they got back to them. They gave each one a ticket until the 100 was gone.
Okay, what do you see moving forward with the privy and the laser die moving forward? Earlier coins worth buying and holding?
I think both are because I'm going to tell you, I grew up on earlier coins. So, you know, that's what I like. But don't get me wrong. I have a business to run, okay? I work with the mints. And actually we're looking at moving forward with the Holy Land Mint. We will be releasing a video tomorrow with the Holy Land Mint on it. I don't know if you guys seen my video. They reached out to me to see if I was interested in going forward with them. I said we'd give it a shot. Now, we're going to have some of their new coins this year. We're also going to have Poland's new coins this year. We turned China down. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to sell you 30-gram stuff.
Yeah, that's. I think China made a huge mistake back in 2015. They did that 1 year type that was still announced. They took off the annotation off the coin that it was 1 ounce. 999's fine. And then they came back in 16, and I said it in 15. I said, watch, they're going to make these coins smaller, and they did. 30 grams. So I think it was a mistake because it leads to a lot of confusion. People will bring up a big 30-gram gold or silver and think they got an ounce and expect to get paid just as much, even if it's a common. Yeah, I think it was a mistake.
We do got some new Korean coins going to be coming in. So, you know, we're going to have a lot of different product again this year. And hopefully, you know, we're going to really watch it this year because I'm not going to deal with a bunch of different mints. What we're going to see what is really selling, what is not. Because like the Korea mint, we did really good with the first batch we got, but now I'm sitting on a bunch of old Korean mint stuff. So we lightened the load, as I say, with their orders this round. The bottom line is I want to get product that everybody wants to buy. I don't want to deal with product that ain't selling. Now with old stuff, guys, I can't get enough of it, and they don't make it no more. So
there's a lot of hype, like Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker just mentioned. There's a lot of hype with mint products, whether it be the U.S. mint or another government mint. But there is potential there if you are selective and buy the right stuff for some of that new product. But
and
again,
I don't
I'm with
know,
you.
like I said, check out my video I released Monday. I wanted to get that one up fast and it worked for me. Some of the stuff is sold. I did pick up a nice XF45 Mercury dime, 42 over 1. I did pick up a rare seeded $50, guys. There's only 3 known. PCGS says 2, but NGC says 3. And when I investigate, there is 3 out there. So guess what? PCGS got it wrong.
Brent's cool.
But I have one of the 3.
I bought 2 of the Liberty silver medals. Are they flippable above the mint issue price? Sell now, hold, wait, hope. Will they go up?
I turned the medals down. They made 60,000 of them. The problem I had, and everybody just about that did buy them and graded them, I spotted it right off the bat when I started looking at a few, and I said, you know what, I'm going to pass on these. The good part about it, I work for the mint. I get mint products. I get them early usually. That was one of them that was going to fall underneath my bulk program. 20% of them had spots, so I rejected. And as the guys found out, there wasn't a whole lot of 70s made it through on them. Most of them graded out 69 there at the show. So, I want you guys to have really nice product. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it.
M Chat and Liza Jane have been to 9 coin shows, and they've seen you at 8 of them. I don't know, man. It sounds like you get around. Is that a good thing to say, you get around?
Well, my wife says if I don't get around, she's going to kill me because if I stay home too long because we work together, she likes it. But now it's to the point because I had surgery, she has to take me. She ain't liking it, I'm telling you. That was her breakaway point for me. I went to shows. I either took my son or I took Robert, one of my buddies that works for me at shows. I always took somebody with me. Mama got to stay at home and get her break from me. But now she's works with me all day, goes to shows with me. We're together 24/7. And I don't know.
You're
I
still
feel a little
alive.
I love her to death, but you can feel a little bit of tension there.
Okay, here we go.
Our break's not coming there.
Here we go. Dad's Junk, thank you for this comment, and I will highlight a coin.
Hey, Dad, junk. I'll take any junk you want to get rid of, bud.
Knowing that there is a difference between low mintage coins and scarce coins, what are some of the higher mintage coins that are actually pretty scarce? And as well as I do, one of the highest mintage modern commems was minted in 2001, and it's silver. It's 225 at or about uncs and 225 at or about proofs. And when I say 225,
he's going to mention this Buffalo
225,000. And it's the silver buffalo.
Didn't I say it? I knew he was going to say that Buffalo thing. He had to bring it up. And yes, it's still holding strong.
That is an example of a scarce coin that doesn't have a low mintage. Just because a coin has a low mintage doesn't mean it's going to be sought after. So those are things you have to try to figure out and pick from the U.S. Mint or whatever mint you buy from. What is actually scarce? What makes it scarce? A lot of times the design does help. The popularity of
people love that. Well, let's take a look at that Bronco.
Yeah.
21.
And that one actually has the mintage and the look.
Yeah.
I just sold one a couple months ago. It's a beautiful coin.
Yeah, for $800, wasn't it?
Yeah, I hear you.
You missed
I'll buy
out.
all you got for that. But that's an example, a good looking coin, a hot topic. Now, if they would have called that coin the Mustang, it would, because the Mustang automobile is real popular. If they would have just labeled it different than Bronco, it might have had even more of an impact on price. But yes, price and scarcity does not equal low mintage all the time. Hello, Miss Ida. How are you, dear? I don't even know
Miss
if
Ida, I
I am
am going to be
so.
on your channel in the morning if you let me up.
Here we go. Thoughts on gold backs. Is it a novelty or is there something more? That's a pretty easy question to answer.
Guys, and I'm sorry for any of you guys that came to the ANA and seen what I seen. I am not representing Goldback, nor will I probably ever represent it. I actually pulled all the Goldbacks out of my case for the simple reason I had more to think about it. They wanted me to sign up. They have nobody in my area, and they know I'm one of the bigger dealers in the state of Oklahoma. I refuse to sell you something that I don't believe in. That is just a novelty. It's okay to buy one, guys. Do not buy it because you think it's going to be money. It will probably, it'll never, I can guarantee it'll never be considered currency.
Right off the bat, you're paying double melt.
Yes.
Mark Chisholm, thank you for the comment, my friend. How to determine the value on the highest grade when NGC says one price, but someone is selling it for a higher price and only 15 known in that grade?
Okay. You want that or you want me to?
Determine the value, bro.
Go, you want it or you want me to take it?
You go ahead. I'm gonna let you have this one. That's
Okay.
a handful.
Guys, I'm going to tell you, if there's only 15 known, once again, PCGS or NGC or CAC, either none of them is a price guy. Now they have a gray sheet, and that gray sheet is not really a price guide either. That is just a guide. Okay. If I have and I do have one of the only ones known, there is no price in any of them sheets. NGC can't put a price on it. It's whatever you feel it's worth and whatever the man's wanting to pay. I've been having the grading companies, or not the grading company, I'm sorry, the auction houses, the two major ones, Stacks and Bowers NGC, or did I say NGC? Stacks and Bauer and Heritage. I apologize. Listen, they've been wanting this coin since 2013. I've been offered stupid money to bring it in. And it's just like that 81 Carson City roll. I've been offered stupid money to bring that to Heritage Table. The thing is, it's rare. Now, what is it worth to you? That is the key. And at that point, if I was you, because there's only going to be a few that has it, I would stick with that number. That's your number. That's in your heart. How valuable is that to you? It's like that Carson City $20 gold piece he bought from me. He paid me over sheet part. But guess what? I offered him $1,000 the same week he picked it up to buy it back, and he refused because I had another buyer in there ready to pay me another $1,000 over what I'm offering.
Just to go and kind of shorten everything he said, you have all these price guides that are reference materials, but the value of anything, whether it's a coin, a car, an apple, or an orange, it is determined by the amount someone is willing to pay and the amount someone is buying it or selling it.
Willing to accept.
That agreement is what is the value of the coin.
That is the value of that.
Try to guess and filter around and talk to people. We'll give you an idea, but the real truth is it's worth whatever it sells for. Pretty simple.
And I'm because remember, I think there's what 89,000 or something like that at 89 Carson City. How many's really left? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That's just it.
In your opinion,
It's an opinion.
In your opinion, John Christ, in your opinion, what's a better buy? 40% has, 40% Ikes, or war nickels? Thanks. And he is probably mentioned in these because they all three have low premiums. War nickels, you might as well throw it out, right? Because they got the manganese in them.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
So I guess it's a preference. Wouldn't it be a preference between halves or Ikes?
If I have a preference, give me the Ike dollar.
I know it's bigger. You can see it better.
And a lot of people like the Ike dollar. So, over the Kennedy half, believe it or not, on the Kennedy half, they want the 90%. So there you go. The Ike dollar is more sought after than the 40% Kennedy.
Much more sought after. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas stackers say, are low mintage rounds like, for example, the 83 Prospector minted by Engelhard?
I am glad we brought that one up. Thank you for bringing that one up. Guys, once again, any of you guys went to the show, did you go to AppMax booth? Did you see what they had in there? Providence, which is Engelhard, gave them the right.
Yeah, they bought the new brand for Engelhard.
They bought the new brand for Engelhard. They are making Engelhard rounds for 2025. Guess what? Me, Phil from St. Louis, and a few of us other guys who are collectors and stacker of this rare Engelhard have all came to determination that they just ruined the program for Engelhard.
That's right.
The bottom line is we've seen it. We've seen bars on the floor. These are loaf bars that was going closer to silver than they ever went before because some of the guys, just like us, that was stacking this, was very disappointed to read this in the Coin World magazine and stuff, and then to see it on display and they did this to release this to try to get more people interested in this. Let them know they have the rights now to these Engelhard rounds. Guys, they just made it generic.
But the old vintage stuff is still holding its value.
The thing is, because they sold the rights. Now it's going to be easier than ever. Okay, guys, everybody knows AppMax. And everybody knows that they ain't 100% trustworthy. Anybody that done business with the AppMax has seen how they work. Okay, do you believe they ain't going to go back and reprint 83s, 85s? Engelhards, all of a sudden they come up with a whole bunch of these?
Here we go. Phil Mann says, is there anything coin collectors can do to be more engaged with the hobby besides acquiring coins, putting them in a holder? I would think educate kids.
Educate. Guys, come to our talk show. We talk about it all the time. We make sure kids get coins free to collect and learn a little bit about it. If you come by my table, I always have free books to give away. I mean, guys, there's shows out there just like mine that wants to educate the children. We want our children to be smarter than we ever was, brighter at the future of this, and stop depending always 100% on graded coins. Buy the coin, not the holder. Learn about all the spots you need to look for to make sure you ain't getting an error coin. I mean a fake coin. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm still have surgery. I did take a pain pill. That's why I'm slipping a little bit.
Try to educate, and maybe if you are associated with some school program, try to educate them through classes or something like that. Educating kids, giving kids coins, that is a big help.
And guys, if you see me at a show, I might even start carrying these books to shows with me. Stop by and see me. I'll see if I can start carrying some of these books for kids to pick out and do and learn a little bit about what's going on.
Robert Bruce says, I recently started going through Penny Rose. One stood out, 1962, Philadelphia, like it right off the presses, he says. Would you send it to be graded? I wouldn't.
No.
Even if it looked immaculate, I wouldn't. It's
And
mine.
guys, stop buying the 25 pennies. It's not the ones, okay? Stop paying stupid money. I've seen these numbers. I've seen them going up. The U.S. Mint is going to run about 3 months next year with 26 pennies. That's going to be the penny rolls. I'm telling people in my area, go to the banks, try to order them, get them brought in here, because if you order them, the banks can put an order in for them for next year. Get as many rolls as you can get, because them are going to be the ones.
Here we go. Do I look like, Shep says, do I look like a weirdo walking into the antique mall and the flea markets with my magnifier, my pocket scale, and key date lists and price lists for Morgans and Barber's coins? Are all the employees there used to it? Are people used to people walking in like that?
Listen, you're not stupid, but most of them employees there are uneducated. What's going on? That's why they're behind glass cases. It's actually, you are the king when you walk in there, because you're ahead of them. You know what you're looking for. You know what they're worth. I had a guy walk into a flea market because silver went up. The guy had them priced $26, $27, nice BU dollars. The guy looked at them all. He says, "How many can I buy?" And they said, "We don't care." He says, "I'll take them all."
Because a lot of times, and the question probably was, how many can I buy? A lot of times when people have a special reduced price on some, it's a limit of 1 or 2 per customer. Obviously, when he says, I don't care, obviously he wasn't having a special. He just didn't know.
Well, it wasn't his coins. He went into the best flea markets to go into is not a flea market where you got an actual coin dealer in there. And I'm going to tell you, I'm guilty of going there sometimes myself. I like to go in them flea markets when I'm just out, my wife and I, and I see, oh, it says they got coins in there. Walk in there, they're doing this 7-day-a-week flea market. Only the people working the counter are there. A lot of times there'll be some say, well, I need to call the guy. Okay, yeah, let them call. They still agree to it, then I'm in. Sometimes they say, no, I don't want to sell them for that. Okay, well, what do they want to sell them for? If the numbers work, I buy them. But if they tell me this is what I want to sell it for, I'm a little different, okay? I usually tell them, listen, you might want to let the guy know these are a little under silver. Does he want to sell them for silver then? And I'll buy them.
Here's the next question. We got Edward Lee says,
Edward
I
Lee.
used to love stacking 10-ounce silver bars for the 200, 220, 230 price a few years ago. However, at the $400 price tag, not so much.
We got some nephews last
Have
name.
you seen a lower demand for the 10-ounce bars in your shop? I have. What about you?
A lot lower demand. Silver's gotten so high, they don't even want to buy 5 ounces. They want 1 ounce rounds, 1 ounce
1 ounce.
bars. This has been a long time, but the last 6 months, I got more 5 ounce bars I ever had.
Here we go. Thoughts on the U.S. adding silver to the critical mineral list today? What do you think about that? I didn't hear them add that to the list. Did they really? Did you hear anything about that?
No, I checked on that. I just said that.
I have a thought. If it actually is so, I have a thought. About time. That's my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I don't know one way or the other. I didn't.
Well, it could be considered a mineral.
Here we go. Littlefoot's got something for us. He goes, if I have a 1911 $2.50 gold Indian that looks fantastic, would it be worth getting graded to increase its value?
Well, is it a D or a plain?
If it's a plain, probably not. Because unless it's like immaculately uncirculated, they usually go.
Yeah, it's got to get 64 or better.
Yeah, 63 or lower is just not worth grading on the.
But now, if it's a D, I don't care what grade it is. Get that bad booger in there. Let's get it right.
Okay, here we go. Trip Wit. He says basically, if you are willing to part with a coin, you think you know what it's worth. Gray Sheet says they know what it's worth, but the coin shop best to sell or online sales. depends on the coin. Sometimes it's best to just sell it to a coin shop. But if it's a harder coin, it could be best just to run it through an auction or whatever. It just depends on the coin itself, Trip.
I don't
What do
know.
you
The
think?
auction fees at these auctions has gotten so ridiculous. We did a test run with an auction house
Uh-huh.
locally here, and we broke even on some of the stuff. We barely made enough off the others, so we said, you know what, we're parting ways. It was an okay run. We gave them a test run. But also, they did tell me they was going to reduce their fee, but reducing their fee to 20% when I found out that their regular fee is 20% is not really reducing their fee.
My opinion, Trip, what you want to do is shop something around and see what people are willing to pay. Because, again, just because a price guide says something, it doesn't mean it's actually what the item is worth. So shop
And some
around, find out what people are selling it for, and also what they're paying for it.
Trip, find a halfway decent sized coin, Joe. Then find me, get my price, and then walk around and you'll see. 'Cause especially if
Do
you
you,
tell Mid America's paying this, a lot of times you'll see them jump because they
okay,
don't.
Dr. Silver's got some. Do you use them as a guide, meaning gray sheet or gray book, for the price that's set when you sell them? I use them as a guide, but again, that doesn't always work. What about
I'm going to
you?
tell you, there is some coins where I'll use gray sheet as a guide, but guess what? If it's if there's a bunch of them, I might be back at that gray sheet a little bit.
It's a
But if it's
guide,
something
but it
harder,
doesn't set the
there's going to
price.
be some time. I have went and Keith's probably done this where I like the coin so much, I already know the gray sheet price, and I'll say $200 over the gray sheet. I'm willing to pay this for it. And the guy would look on the gray sheet. Are you sure? I go, yeah. I want to sell it to you. And they think I made a mistake. The bottom line is, I know what that coin's really worth, and it wasn't gray sheet price.
Do you remember back at the turn of the century when silver was sitting 7, 8, 9, $15 or whatever, going up? I
Oh,
was
we did
paying
that. We did that in 2019 when COVID hit, or
I was
2020.
paying $25 left and right for proof silver eagles. Everybody called me crazy. I just liked them. I still got a bunch of them. Eventually, I'll run out. Maybe I
Well,
don't
I'm
know.
paying more than that today.
No, we are paying. That's what I'm saying. We are paying more than that today. I'm talking about when silver was a fraction of that, and they weren't hot. I mean, you could buy them from the mint for the 25, and I'm like, I'll still buy it. I'll still pay it. Thoughts on 2025 Libertads? What do you know? Are they out?
November.
November. I know you just covered this about the 26 pennies, 2026 pennies, but I have been hearing rumors that maybe, just maybe, only the West Point Mint would make them for a semi-quench. Any validity on that?
No, they are not. They're quitting completely on the penny. And I'm going to tell you what's coming next, guys.
He's asking if it's only going to be the West Point making the 2026. That's what he's asking.
Nobody is going to be, you ain't going to have it in your proof set. The pennies are going away, guys.
No, his question was, is the West Point Mint going to be the only one to make them in 2026? Or do you know anything?
No. They will be released in San Francisco. Okay, guys. We're going to have your Denver. You're going to have your Philadelphia. And you're going to have your San Francisco proofs.
So,
And it's only going to go for that short term, and then it's done.
so it's basically going to be a normal run with the shorter.
This is why, guys, in your areas, and I guarantee you the Mint wish I didn't know as much as I did. I'm telling you guys, get your orders into your bank. See how many of your banks can order them. If any of you guys are next to a Chase bank, Chase Morgan is one of the first ones that's going to get the releases.
Doug Shipley says, should I send my 2025 1-ounce gold sunflower to be graded? Your thoughts?
Doug, if you think it's going to make a 70, yes. If you think it's going to make a 69, if you'll take a look at the gray sheet, seems like box and papers hold stronger than a 69.
Choking Ghost has a statement to make. He says, Each tariff helps the dollar. When the dollar is down, silver is up. I don't know. It's a thought, right?
Somebody need to talk that dollar. Every time I turn around, look, it looks like it's going down. Next thing you know, it's up.
Okay, Dan Ing says, what coin shows do you have coming up, Mike?
Dan, man, I'm going to tell you, it sucks right now being me. I won't know until after the 3rd. Nashville, I am not going to. Unfortunately, guys, has anybody even looked and checked what Nashville's has? They actually are ranking less than a show that was only 35 tables, people viewing it. I found out I'm canceling. I'm sorry, Steve. I feel for you. But at the same time, 55 dealers for a 500 table show. Ouch.
Anyway, Dan was just asking what shows are you.
Dan, I got some shows lined up. I got to wait and let the doctor decide. Check back with me after the 3rd of, and actually I might know a little sooner than that, but until the doctor, this was my last show she allowed me to do until she takes a look at this foot again. I screwed up. My fault at my show. My fault for going on vacation and walking around in that boot. I was supposed to be on a knee scooter. I misunderstood her like an idiot. That's why my leg was hurting really bad every night. I was supposed to be on a knee scooter. I swallowed it up. She wouldn't even let me go to Orlando, Florida. I canceled several shows between my and the ANA.
Next up, we got Visteria, and he says he just wants to cut off the FOMO rumor stuff. There has been a lot of people talking about the 25 Libertads. Rumors that only 300 minutes, but that wouldn't cover the cost of the die.
No.
Suggesting
they will be higher than that. I don't have the exact, but I can guarantee you. Last year we was over the actual minute that they said, and I'm expecting to be at least the normal mintage.
So what he is suggesting is wait for Mexico to announce the total mintage. Do not overpay. So guys, don't fall in that FOMO with them Libertads.
Yeah, because I mean, last year we was only supposed to get 2 like we do every year. I got offered a 3rd allegation.
Now that could be the case. Mrs. Coin Crew is saying that could be the case if they are. Its number is for proofs, because proofs they sell at a higher premium. So
a lot higher premium.
Yes. A lot higher premium. So Mrs. Coin Crew is suggesting that the number released may be the proofs, and people are trying to push them off as the yonks. I'm in Nashville. Was hoping you might be over there, Mike.
Well, my doctor's appointment is on the day. I did have a couple of tables there I paid for. Unfortunately, I'm not asking Steve to give me back my money. I know him really well, and I feel sorry for him because I know how hard it is to put on a big show. He done his best. It's not going to be a big show. The dealers, because of what happened at the last Nashville show, was not buying in on the 2nd round.
Here we go. Shep says, do you typically drive to shows? How do people fly cheap with their huge display cases, coins, etc.? People don't take showcases on. They usually rent them at the show.
They rent them at the show. Usually, like I got a couple companies. Actually, I got one company that they buy their employees in them some outfits, some nice looking but cheaper outfits, or they order them and have them shipped to their hotel. So they take these bags and they fill their bags up, carry on. Every one of them has their own carry on. So that's why you'll see some of them that thinking, man, and they tell you they flew in. They'll have 4 or 5 employees back there. They'll have 8, 9, 10 cases filled with really nice stuff. It all went on. It's right in front of them. It's carry on. No way would I even fly and let my coins go in the back where I got a chance of it getting lost.
Dad's Jug said,
I miss y'all too.
Hopefully you can make it next year. Here we go.
I am on the list. Guys, they rolled my money over. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be there. Mid-America will be a Tyler.
America. Thank you for the $5 super chat, J-Dog.
I miss Tyler, guys, and unfortunately, as you've seen, one of the shows the people didn't miss me. I missed them. I love doing shows, and it really killed me to be told I can't go because and my wife's my driver. As soon as the doctor said no, she said no. You don't know how mean she can be to me.
Dad's Junk is asking, where's the best place to find the new Libertads when they come out?
Mid-America.
There you go. Are you going to have any 2025 Libertads when they come out?
I just answered it.
Well, no, he has
Mid-America.
Yeah, I'll have some. When they come, when I can get hold of them, I will get them.
Guys, I will ship them to him, and we'll make sure you got some in that area.
Here we go. Mrs. Coincre says Libertads tend to run a year behind, folks, or late in the year.
Almost a year behind.
Yeah.
They always like the release around November. About the same time as I'm starting to get my Maple Leafs for 2026.
Yeah, they're about a year behind most people. Marco Polo. Hey, Mike, did you notice that the dealer customer trends at the Oklahoma Coin Show, the World's Fair of Money? Any trends that the dealers and customers were like kind of hovering around or doing or whatever at the show?
I didn't really get too much away from every time I tried to ride my scooter around to get away, the boss was reeling me back like a big fishing boat. We were so busy. I didn't get to squeeze. I squeezed in meetings I had at the World's Fair of Money, guys. I set up for what we're going to do next year with like the U.S. Mint. Canadian Mint wasn't there, so that meeting is going to have to be a Zoom. We was doing meetings besides trying to run our booth too. I did have plenty of people there. I had both Roberts there. And people were real shocked about my table because they noticed my bags when the gold got released was zipped up, but then I had an armed guard sitting behind there. I brought one of my security team from my show to sit behind my table to make sure nobody went back there.
I would have sat behind your table, bro.
Yeah, but he had a armed guard. One of the guys kind of came back and he said, "Man, that guy was a little itchy. He kept patting his side." I said, "That's because you was getting too close to the table." But yeah, we do that, guys, because I do carry a lot of gold and silver to the shows with me too. And if we're going to be gone and the show's open, the securities don't usually stay around at just one person's table. So I bring in my own for a show like that.
Sorcerer Stan is here. Thanks for coming, my friend. We appreciate it. Hi guys. Why are older maples cheaper to buy than current rounds?
A lot of them are spotted, dude.
Yeah, if you get there's some early years in the 80s and 90s that come in a cellos. They came 10-pack to a sheet. Those tend to cost a little more.
Yes, they do.
You got some,
but like your 12s, 13s, and stuff like that, they had a lot of spots in them.
And that's why they're cheaper. A lot of people are just melting them down when they got spots. You got all these people pouring art bars and stuff like that.
And guys, be careful. I did a little investigation after talking with you guys a couple of weeks ago, and Keith was mentioning about.
You're blurry, dude. Go like this.
Sorry.
There we go. Okay.
Anyway, guys, I did a little inspection of what Keith said about he always likes to cut the straps open. Guys, I guess there is some boxes that are floating around that have
the Regals.
They put copper rounds in place of them. Guess what? That's a lot cheaper than silver. And they filled the rolls up with copper, so they beat exactly the same weight as them silver eagles. So I had a guy come in today, never seen them before. He says, I got about 4 or 5 boxes of eagles. He decided not to sell them to me. I told him, I said, the only way I'm going to buy them, I need to cut every strap. Oh, I don't want to do that. I said, I don't know you from Adam. You don't know me, but I'll be darned. if I'm going to be paying $20,000 plus for a box of sealed box Eagles, I'm opening them.
Now you see why I always open
That's
them.
$100,000. I would have trusted that man to walk out of that room, and then all of a sudden he left, and then somebody buys one from me, and then I get it. He brings it back to me. Well, that guy's long gone.
It's different if we're buying it from a wholesaler, you know.
But even wholesalers, yeah, because I can get my money back from them.
Yeah, we can get our money back, but we can't get some money back from walk-up public. It's not as easy. We have to literally prosecute them, and that's a big hassle. So eliminate that. Cut the traps.
I might have to do some jail time, but we still ain't getting our silver back. We're still out the money.
Mike, your boss is here. You better behave. She's in the chat. I see her right there.
Thank you, Steve. I'm going to be real. Oh, my gosh, she is. I better behave now. The whip is out. I'm scared now, guys.
Yeah.
You don't know how you've been beating on me since I've been down, man. I'm telling you, it's terrible.
If you guys got any more questions, please let us know. We'll do our best to answer
it. She controls me with an iron fist, guys.
I wish I could have made it over to Oklahoma City this week. I just didn't. I just couldn't get away.
I need to tell them how this really happened. These guys out here really need to know how this really happened. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, and that's why I had the surgery. I said, yes, ma'am, one too many times to my wife. She reached over and slapped me. I said, you know what? I'm going to bed. Next thing you know, I hear this TV come on. Sound like wrestling. 10 minutes later, she comes in the bedroom, puts me in a figure four or anyway, lock, twisted me off the bed, come down on me 2 or 3 times with her elbow, took me to the emergency room. The doctor said, man, you really did it. And then he looked over and noticed she had a couple of bruises on her elbow and said, sir, by the way, you got to quit beating your wife. That's what really happened.
Have you heard of the new ASE scans where they put one fake coin inside of a tube of 20?
Oh, she heard that one. I'm in trouble.
Haven't heard of it, but that is something we always check for. Is
that's been going on for years with Proof Eagles, where they came out.
I haven't heard of it being new. No, we're talking about putting an uncirculated fake coin or a fake coin in a roll of uncirculated Eagles, 1 out of 20. That's something we always check for. So as far as it being
new, do check them. Have I seen fake Eagles? Yes, I got some in a box. Have I seen them mixed in a row? No, it's usually all of them will be fake.
So I guess we're about almost done. What shows you hosting next coming up, says Dan Ing.
All right, Dan. Here is the 26 schedule.
What about 25? Are we done? Am I not coming down to Oklahoma or not?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's finish up 2025. 2025, December 6th, we have a show going on in Joplin, Missouri at the
I'll be there.
2026, February of 2026, we'll be hosting another show in Joplin, Missouri. As long as the weather is good, he is going to be there, yes.
I go to every show he hosts.
3 shows that we're definitely putting on with the U.S. Mint for 2026. We have, starting with the Tulsa show. We're doing a show in Tulsa. We're doing a show in Springfield, Missouri. We're doing a show in Little Rock, Arkansas. And there might be a 4th one for 2026. We are reaching out to see what we can come up with for Lansing, Michigan.
I have a thought behind what he's talking about. He's starting to host more and more shows. And my thoughts are just simply this. He's like, brother, Keith, you don't do enough shows, but you do every show I host. So I'm going to make you do more coin shows. That's what he's doing it for.
He figured it out. I knew he could figure it out. You know, and who said he was kind of on the little cuckoo side?
Here we go. J-Dog says, why do the maple milk spot so much more than other coins around? That's not the case. It depends on, well, maybe some years, yeah. I don't
Canada,
have a bad time,
Canada,
too.
and even Australia had some problems. U.S. Mint has some problems. Canada seems to have the worst, and it's a lot to do with the way they worship. All silver gets melted down and washed and cleaned and everything
The
before it goes
dyes,
stamping. Now, if you don't get all that soap out of that silver when it comes through and it
all for the
cools down,
dyes.
yeah, or the dyes, it's stamped inside that silver as you put it into a hot and cold environment where it's constantly doing
Pull
that
that milk spot
temperature control. It starts bringing that soap up out of there. Once it milks, you can't really get that off that coin. It's done.
Here we go. What's the story with the 25 Libertads being crazy price? FOMO. You don't want it to be crazy price? Don't buy it. That's all I got to say about that. What about
They've
you?
always been crazy price, and people always.
Yeah.
Well, look at that nice looking angel you got right there. They are high. Hey, what about the very first year, the 81s? Look what they go for.
Thank
Oh,
you,
I
Dad.
still have some of them high graded certified ones.
You know, Mike, the reason why that is Steve LaPointe pointed out, I turned 58 and I'm wiser now. Yeah, it all came on a rush. My brain just got overloaded
You
with wisdom
know,
Friday. It's like, boom, I'm 58. Now let's make him smarter. That's what happened.
well, I figured Angel just shoved a peanut up inside his brain there, and it finally clicked over to the right spot.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. So I guess that's about it for the day. I mean, it's been about an hour.
Wow,
As
it's already over.
we go about an hour. So we do appreciate you guys' super support. And again, like everything, next. Dr. Silver says, Lansing, don't tease me. Yo, no, it's happening, Dr. Silver.
Dude,
Lansing is happening.
you don't want us there or what?
No, we want you there. It'd be less driving for me. But as you know, every week
And I
rule the
heard through
show.
the grapevine we're going to have a special guest helping host that show.
I think he's
That's
put
what
me
I
to
heard.
work. I think he's put me to work.
I didn't even say it was him. He just jumped right out there and think that's him. I do know he's a local native Michiganer. I think his name's Greg Pike.
There you go. There you go.
It will be Mr. Boyer over there.
Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody. We'll be
Coming
back.
in his neck of the woods. I want people who really. I want the applications to go through his office. That way he can keep track for me. So there you go.
I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for all their support, their questions. We will be back next Tuesday. Same time, 8 Eastern time, 7 Central, and whatever other time you are, wherever you are. Your questions, your support, your thumbs up are greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Mike, is there anything you want to add before we get done here?
Guys, thank you for having me up here again. I know Keith did a lot better job without me. I'm glad I was able to come back and be welcome back. I know you probably was happy with just him. It's good to be back. And guess what, guys? I hope to see you at another coin show. And for all you guys that did make the A&A, thank you for coming. Thank you guys for coming to Tulsa. And hopefully you guys will like the shows that we do start spreading them around the United States a little bit.
Hey, he's sitting there saying, oh, you like the fact that, man, everybody last week was saying, where's Mike? Where's Mike? What'd you do to him? Just stuff him in the closet?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I did have intention of coming up, but by the time we got out of the show, we got over and we made our dinner reservations. Something happened. They said it'll be another hour and a half wait. By then, it's 8:30. We didn't get out of there until 9:30 that night, the latest dinner I've had in a long time. I told my wife, I wish we would have went somewhere else. I was very after we ate at the restaurant. Don't know how they got a 4.5 star. That should have been -4.5. It was bad. Don't eat at Bob's Steakhouse in Oklahoma City.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We will see you next week, same time. And if you want to stop by the auction on Sunday, maybe we'll see you there as well. So have a great night. See you later.
I think I'm going to be home on Sunday. I might just pop in and see if I can buy something for a quarter.
On that, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.